Hey everybody, this is TJR, and it's time for episode 5 of Lost Movie Treasures. And yes, it's good to be back doing one of these again. I know that I started this series about roughly a year ago maybe, and after 4 episodes had to abandon it. I didn't have to abandon it, but I'm not sure what happened really as to why I didn't make any more. I wanted to, but I don't know. Life, what can I say? At any rate, though, it's good to be back doing it again, and hopefully I can start doing more. So let's get on with episode 5. This time around on Lost Movie Treasures, the film I'm going to talk about is very recent. It's from 2017, and it's called A Ghost Story. The film is written and directed by David Lowery. Many of you might be aware of the film that David Lowery directed for Disney back in 2016 entitled Pete's Dragon. The film also stars Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara. So what is this film about? A Ghost Story is not a horror movie, although it is a haunted house film. In this film, Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara play a married couple. They live in a house that Casey wants to stay in and that his wife wants to move out of. While this causes some tension between them, they appear for the most part to be very much in love. But then Casey Affleck, who, by the way, is only referred to as C, I'm not kidding, the letter C in the film's credits, his character is killed in a car accident. After his death, he becomes a silent, white-sheeted ghost and returns to his suburban home and tries to reconnect with his mourning wife. What follows is a very small, quiet film that is about life, the universe, and everything. What follows is the banality of washing dishes, painting a house, and throwing up. What follows is the enormousness and insignificance of existence. The realization that everything that man accomplishes will someday be forgotten to time, juxtaposed with the power of human connections and the necessity of letting go and moving on. You might like this film if you are okay with slower moving, meditative movies that ponder the nature of life and the nature of our existence. Once again, I want to state this is a very quiet film. It goes on for very long periods of time with no dialogue whatsoever. So if you need to have lots of explosions, I caution you to stay away. However, for the rest of you, dive in and enjoy a very unique and original film experience. Also, I have to give extreme respect to Rooney Mara in this film. After her husband passes away in this film, which is very early on, she gives the rest of her performance largely by herself, with pretty much no dialogue. And she has to portray this woman moving on from the death of her husband with pretty much no one to play off of, just her alone. And it's a tremendous performance. Right after I watched this movie, I immediately, and I mean immediately, had to watch it with the filmmaker's commentary track. I'll admit, the commentary track gave me no more insight into the meaning of the film, but I did learn an awful lot about how they made it, and it was worth it for that. Once again, this is a small film dealing with epic themes, and I'll also mention that it sometimes has what I would refer to as a very epic soundtrack. Just like when I reviewed the movie Jackie, this is one of the more unique movie soundtracks that I've heard. And by the way, when I did that review of Jackie about a month or so ago, I realized that should have been part of this series. That review should have been part of Lost Movie Treasures, and so I will include it in the playlist for this series. I didn't get to see this movie in theaters. I saw it as a DVD rental. It's currently available on Amazon Prime for streaming here in the United States. I have a strong feeling that I might eventually pick this film up on Blu-ray, although I kind of hope that in time the Criterion Collection will do a release on this film. This movie was largely very positively reviewed by critics. However, it didn't really get any real Oscar buzz, and it's kind of a shame. I kind of hoped that it would get at least some Oscar consideration. At any rate, though, I strongly recommend this film, once again, as long as you're good with a film that is slow and quiet. This is TJR. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and if you do, be sure to click notifications. And I hope that you will check out A Ghost Story. Thanks for watching Lost Movie Treasures. Bye-bye.